loved India. My wife and me, we were traveling in India many years before we had children. And we thought that with the children we travel in India. And then a friend just raised about Auroville. So we came to try Auroville for 1 year with our 3 children. And it was just 2 months before the tsunami.
My name is Uma. I work in Upasana. I came to Auroville in '96. I was in Delhi before. I'm trained as a fashion designer and I was working in Delhi as a fashion designer.
Maroma is Auroville because Auroville belongs Maroma. And there is no ownership, as you may know that in Auroville there is no ownership. And since the beginning of Auroville.
We use the Hindu newspaper because it's the most friendly newspaper, because its ink inside doesn't leak, so it's very, very important for the women and for the customer. And also the paper is very strong, so it's a very durable product that can use for many years. It's even better than plastic because you can throw it and it doesn't break. We have weaving technique. You see, this is a weaving technique. You take the same reed, and we have rolling technique. Those are the 2 techniques. From the rolling, we do also the beads for the jewelry, and we do also earrings from the weaving. So weaving, we can do baskets and some jewelry, and with the rolling we can do all the beads. This is also rolling with a board in the middle from the newspaper. It's all from the newspaper coming. So you see, this is where she making the rolls. She starts from a newspaper. She's making small rolls now, and here because for these small baskets. And this lady is doing bigger rolls, you see? Usually the helpers are doing the rolls, and it's not an easy task. You need to do the right size. It's a quite practice until you do it. The major part of this project is to do the training, and in the training to empower the women is to take women that doesn't have much capacity, abilities, and to make them open their own units, profit sharing units, when they finish the program of the training. So this what lead us in doing this project is to have a lot of empowerment related to enterprise development. It means a lot of discussion about how you produce a product, how you measure, how you go to the market and find your things, and a lot of managerial things. And in the other bigger part was the part of making you a group, because we believe when there is a strong group together, this power of a group can bring good result, a big performance.
And you also made yoga class. You know what you want to say, yes? She said when they were working, they would just go work and come back. But coming here, she gets to know more things, and it's good exposure for her.
So it's a much better environment and milieu and feeling.
In fact, there is 3 principles, and you can name it by one is consciousness, one is integrity, and one is beauty. So that's the 3 guiding principle, the largest one, I mean the main one of Maroma. And since the inception, since the beginning of Maroma, which was in 1976, when we created this company, it was for the purpose, the multi-purpose of number one, bringing money for oil. Number two, that our products being so well done and so good that they will be the ambassadors of oil. And number three, I mean, giving employees, giving employment to so many people around. We avoid to have machinery in order to give employment.
I still wonder how, because I didn't know Auroville at all. I met someone from Auroville in Garment Fair in Delhi, and that was my first connection to the place through them. There was something, I didn't know what it was. I opted to go to this place and be there for some time. So when team invited me to come and do a design project, it was Prema from Auromode who called me for 2 weeks, and I have a great gratitude for her to bring me to a place like Auroville. I wouldn't have come otherwise. When I came for work, I saw the real meaning. I fell in love with this place, and I really questioned myself, what the hell I'm doing in Delhi? My home is here. This is my home, and nobody I needed to tell me that. It was so clear, so obviously clear, that I stayed on. I had to resign my job, give away my house, and all that mundane thing one has to do. But that didn't pinch me a bit. I didn't know what would happen, what will happen to money, to career, and my living, and so on. None of this ever bothered when I came to Auroville. It was as if that didn't mean anything. That thought was not there. I'm so full of that gratitude for that I didn't have this crisis of whole sustenance and maintenance part of the life. It never bothered me, and I didn't have anything, but it never bothered me, and I'm really lucky for that. So that was entry to Auroville. Welcome.
Auroville is a place of karma yoga, which means the yoga of work. And people are supposed to give at least 5 hours a day to the community. And for this, the community should be able to maintain the individual. So this is the idea. Basic needs should be covered through the input of the individual. At the same time, you have no personal property. In the sense, fixed assets don't belong to an individual. The house they live in, the commercial activity they are operating, that all belongs to Auroville in general. So there's no private property on that level. Now, the idea behind that is if people really want to focus on their inner development and their needs to raise their level of consciousness, it's not to be burdened with the idea, how do I make ends meet? How do I actually manage my daily life? That should be out of the picture. Actually, the community should provide that, and I can really focus on what I have to do. That's the ideal situation, that the money or whatever is needed will be given by the community to the individual.
So this is what we are going to do today. We are going to make the hibiscus syrup. I couldn't see anywhere I could be useful, and I really want to be useful in a little bit of a wider sense. I did try living collectively with another group of people, and it wasn't enough, because somehow we didn't have the same goal, and I felt always there must be something more to life than this. And I had a comfortable life. I had a good life, nice life in the countryside, with a good work, with a good income, with a good everything set up, cars, horses, holidays, everything. The idea of Naturmount was very simple. It wasn't even mine. It was a dear friend of mine. And she said, you know, there is this place in Portus, in Aspiration, where they used to do some food processing, and the ladies are still once in a while making some jams that can't really eat it, and some tofu that is not that great, but we could pick it up and get it going again and make some nice products for Oroville. Some nice jams and marmalades, peanut butter, etc. So this was the idea. This is a bathroom, and this is maybe one of the most important places of the company. Soap always available, and in this little space of a few square meters, we are able to cook for 25 people. We will test our peanuts for aflatoxin. Just the fact that they have been given freedom and power to develop has made a lot of difference. The only thing I knew was how it should not be, because I had work experience that was really just diminishing. Everything but not empowering. So I simply started to say, okay, I don't want this, I don't want that. And it made it very easy.